Okay, so here's just a super quick tour around Photoshop Elements. What I've done here is I've just opened Photoshop Elements 10 and clicked the edit button like it says in the notes. I've gone over here to open and I've gotten my pictures. Now you can open, multiple pictures at a time. It's a little bit time consuming. All I was doing there was just holding down the control button while I was selecting. It will open pictures in different tabs up here. Okay, so this is really helpful for beginners and people who are just starting out or people who only want to do some light things. I do shoot in RAW, so I have a little more leeway when it comes to editing. And when you open up Photoshop Elements the first time, it's going to look a lot like this. It has these things you can just kind of add artistically. Not everything obviously works in every photo. And they do take some time to run, which is exactly why I don't use it as much anymore. I'm just going to hit Control Z and go back to our original. This is straight out of camera. You can do all sorts of things if they have red eye. No. This button here would get rid of that for you. Spot healing brush will take care of any little blemishes, just like that. Just click one click and it's done. The great thing, you can also add text. Here, change the color. And you'll notice that it did add a layer over here. I can move that around. Just like that. All sorts of neat little things that you can do. I'm going to delete this layer. And we're going to go here. Photoshop Elements does edit in layers. But it has tools it'll do a lot of things for you. Like the Smart Fix, which basically adjusts all of these layers down here. I don't want that, so I'm going to turn it off real quick. There's lighting, shadows, midtones, highlights. But also, if you go over here to this guided button, it will guide you all the way through this. So the first step is to crop the photo the way you want it. This is the rule of thirds overlay. When we're talking about rule of thirds in the composition class, there's a grid overlay. There's the golden ratio overlay. Just things like that. I like the way it's composed, so I'm just going to leave it for right now. And then you just click next, and it'll take you through recomposing things. I don't have anything in this picture to recompose. This is a pretty powerful tool, and it'll walk you right through that. And then those sliders that we saw here, again, if you're not really familiar with what they do, shadows just brings up the shadows. Midtones brings up or darkens down the midtones, and highlights changes the highlights. The midtone is the middle tone in your picture. The shadow is the shadows, and then the highlight would be like on her dress. So I play with that highlight, and you watch right here. Let's see, that gets crushed or made way brighter. But this, all I'm clicking there is just it says guide to editing a photo. This will tell you what's going on. This affects only the dark areas, the shadows. Highlights affects only the light areas, and the midtones, the medium bright areas. Let me turn that off. And then again, this will just use the spot healing brush just to take away blemishes. But if you see how now it's going off her face, so you have to be kind of careful with what you're trying to. So that just made her have two earrings there, two noses. things like that. So you have to be a little bit careful with that. Okay, you can play with your photos. You can swap faces. You can clean up things in the background. All sorts of things. Now, Photoshop Elements does edit in layers, and if you were to go through the guided tour, it would create the layers for you. I just want to show you what that looks like if you're trying to do it manually. I just click this button, which is create new fill or adjustment layer, and I just created a brightness layer, and I can take the exposure up a little bit here, the contrast down. I can add different colors. I just clicked a filter, so I can make it red right there, and then also make it blue. That blue. Just like that. I can turn those back off. I can make this black. That's one way to turn it black and white. You can make it less black. This color. So you just get a nice desaturated image. I can also turn it black and white with a gradient. Let's go right there. See, I can change all sorts of colors. Let's do new. Yeah, change the color here. Just all kinds of Andy Warhol kind of things. Let me just get rid of that because I don't like it. Just things like that. Okay, so now actions. Actions, all those steps that we just did just to create different effects on these pictures. Let me close this. And just get rid of that. Now we're back to our original. That's what actions are. They just already have a recorded set number of levels that whoever made the action has recorded, and you can just come in and change how much you want of anything. Not all actions are going to work with every picture. The people making them, are trying to appeal to a wide audience. So keep that in mind when you are buying actions and running them. And to run them, you just pick one and drag it over. Now, what these actions are called and what they mean depends on who you bought them for. So really the only way you're going to learn what an action does is to run it on a couple different pictures and decide what you do and don't like. And you see that this is creating a ton of edits over here. And you can, let me find a different one that we can adjust a little bit more. Okay. Doop, doop, doop. Okay. So you see here is a gradient map. I can change her gradient if I wanted to. Let's not. Um, I can take off some of these things. I can run them at a higher opacity so I get more of it. Just all sorts of things that you can do with actions. This particular set of actions is from Annie Manning and Paint the Moon. Really like her color work. And when you buy the actions, they'll also usually come with tutorials for their particular actions to kind of show you what each one does. So that is just a really quick tour around Elements. Be sure to give me a shout if you need more specifics or just whatever. I'll talk to you guys. Oh, I should show you how to save this. Um, once you've run all your actions and all that jazz and you've got it the way you want it, you just right click and you flatten, and it's going to get rid of everything that's hidden. And by hidden I mean it's toggled off right here. It's not visible. So you just flatten it, and then you come over here and you save as a JPEG, and then you're ready to share it any kind of way or print it. Alright, I think that's it. I will speak with you guys soon. Bye.